What is happening, guys? My name is Jamie and welcome to another episode of Review Nation. Last Review Nation we reviewed The Warning, Queen of the Murder Scene. This Review Nation we are reviewing Alcest's new album, Spiritual Instinct. And you know what a great album this was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now first of all, let's talk about how atmospheric this album is. The album is pretty atmospheric. It creates this stratospheric atmosphere around you. This is known as shoegaze, and I can understand why it's called shoegaze, because sometimes you just glare at the floor, but Alcest does it very well. So Alcest are a French duo band, and they mix black metal, hypnotic post rock, and they've been going around since 2005. Now I have heard a few of their albums, Alcest de Lunes, along with Kadama as well, and I do apologize if I butcher the names, because I can't fucking speak French, let alone my pronunciation of French. But I gotta say that this was a pretty enjoyable album. Now, one negative thing about this album is most Alcest albums are around 40 minutes long, and again, this album is too short. I wanted more of this album. The body of the album is just fantastic. It flows blissfully. Production overall was really good. Love the reverby sounds throughout some of these songs like Les Jardins de Minute, along with Protection and Sapphire. Like, all these songs are pretty strong. You get really nice drums. The production of the drums are really good. Love the tone of the snare along with the riveting guitars. But what's awesome are the vocals as well. These two harmonize so well together, and the production really showcases their vocals. Let's start off with what I thought about this album. I thought this album was great. An instant masterpiece in my opinion. Absolutely loved it. So the album starts with Les Jardins de Minute with very quite atmospheric tones, really nice guitar tone, and this song is mainly clean vocals. And at times you get some really cool blast beats, quite atmospheric. Probably it's definitely one of the fastest tracks off the album, and probably my second favorite song. I just love the build up of this song as well. You get some really high shrieks by the vocalists. They harmonize very well with each other. It's around 7 minutes long. Damn, such an enjoyable song. The song is well accomplished and it's ambitious as well, and it's also a feel good. I just love the guitar licks throughout Les Jardins de Minute. It leads on to Protection. Now, it was their first single, and I absolutely love this song. I love how heavy and gritty it is. It's got an awesome melody, and the music video is fantastic. Again, they showcase the vocals within this song. I just love the build up, the crescendo of the song, and the really nice guitar moments you get. The drums are fantastic. The tone of the snare sounds good. Get some really nice drum fills. You get a really nice middle, and then it leads on to the strikingly stunning stylistic conclusion with the harsh, aggressive vocals and the shrieks that you usually guess from an Alcest song. I just love how Les Jardins de Minute along with Protection really have that formula of clean vocals, and then you get those shrieks at the end, and it just leads on. Like, Sapphire sounds more generic, but it's generic in a good way. Alcest deliver this sort of post-rock hypnotic feel along with their sense of touch throughout Sapphire. Again, you get a really nice chorus. It follows a formula of verse, chorus, but again, you get those shrieks at the end, and this just escalates the song. Sapphire is a very enjoyable song, and it's quite a simple song for Alcest, but it's simple done right. It's a great bleeder onto one of my favorite songs, Laila des Morts. Laila des Morts? I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. I really enjoy this song. It's about 9 minutes I think, and this is probably one of the strongest definitely one of the strongest songs off the album. This song is breathtaking. It's brilliant. Love the guitar work, love the drumming, and the bass is very prominent. It's sublime, quite successful in its own right, and very surprising. There are elements of prog metal along with a harmonic feel throughout this song. Again, the vocals really shine throughout this song. Again, you get these shrieks along with the clean vocals. The mix between clean and harsh are just magnificent in my opinion. Then it leads on to Le Miroir. Now, Le Miroir is very interesting. Now, this really reminds me of a interlude or something like that, but a really long interlude. And an interlude done right. You got Slipknot with My Pain, which was horrible. You had a few interludes by Tool as well, but Alcest does interludes right, and it really, really works. I just love how different it is. Sounds more like a soundtrack from a movie. We're getting a really strong cyberpunk feel throughout this song. I just absolutely love the overall atmospheric tones you're getting. Yeah, this song really fits something like out of a movie. You get some really nice moments. The vocals at times are quite hypnotic, and I really love how textured this song is. So overall, Le Miroir is a pretty enjoyable song, but I'm gonna say it's probably the weakest song off the album. Leads on to Spiritual Instinct. Wow, okay, what can I say about this song? This song was fantastic, it really was. I love the doomy elements you're getting throughout this song. The nice guitar tones along with the vocals. Again, the vocals really shine throughout this song, and the production overall is fantastic. I love the reverb tone of that snare, the really impactful snare, the really impactful moments throughout this song. It's a brilliant song. It's an up and down roller coaster. Now I believe, fortunately, they lost one of their friends, and this is why it's got those doom elements. It's got everything, this song. It's got the clean vocals and again those shrieks at times. But then this album changes. Like this album seems very dark and quite atmospheric. But you get this sort of change in major. Then you get a really happy conclusion to the album for some reason. I just feel like this song is definitely talking about a loss of a loved one or loss of a friend. Then you get these really eerie vibes. It just sounds like to me that they are also moving on away from the death, away from the grief, and moving on to the next chapter of the life. So I really enjoyed the overall elements of this song. This album is percussion soaked. It's got some nice blast beats, especially throughout Les Jardins des Minutes. That was an enjoyable song. So what I'm gonna say about this album is, I gotta say it's one of the best Alcest albums I have heard. I've only heard 3 albums, and I gotta say this is probably the second best album I've heard. Alcest des Lunes was probably my favorite album by them. Who knows, I might do an album ranking one day for them, but I really do enjoy them. My friend got me into Alcest, and I've had a few requests by you guys. This album's piercing. At times it's quite harmonic, catchy, especially Protection is very catchy. They're really distant vocals sometimes throughout some of these songs, but at times creates this stratospheric atmosphere, and it's quite atmospheric, incorporating elements of black metal. Not as much as the other albums, I gotta say, but those black metal elements are still there. Hence why it's probably called shoegaze metal. This album's great. Give it a solid 8 out of 10. Fantastic album. I enjoyed it. Guys, comment below if you enjoyed this album. Keep the discussion going in the comments section below. Subscribe if you want, and drop a like. And I will see you in the next one.